Greetings, badasses. My name is Julia. This is the fucking yoga company, Yoga for the Rest of Us. All of the benefits, none of the bullshit. Oh, you know what? There's so much bullshit here. I really should have rethought that. No, there's no yoga bullshit. There's no fitness bullshit. There's plenty of my bullshit. You know. Just saying. Full disclosure. We are at this weird juncture in the season. I don't know how it goes. I know a lot of people say springtime in Colorado, but I think it might just be springtime everywhere anymore. Where it was 80 for 3 days in a row. So we turned on the air. And then we turned off the air. It was 60. Beautiful. Then it went to 80 again. We turned on the air. Then it went to 30. So we turned off the air and turned on the heat. And this week, it was perfect. So it was windows open, heat and air off. Gorgeous day, a little windy for like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then yesterday or Thursday, it was 40-mile-an-hour winds. So we had to shut everything up and turn the fans on. And then yesterday, it was 50, barely, with high winds. So we turned the fans were fine. And then this morning, it was 57 or 58 degrees in the house. So I had to turn the heat on. Jesus. It's no wonder my allergies are all over the map. But here's what I would like you to do. And this is what I have been doing when I start spiraling on the bullshit that is existing in my life. This, the things. Take a moment and look around. And this is ooey gooey. I'm going to admit that. And think about the things that you have that you're thankful for, right? The things that you are already have. Be thankful for. Like, I am thankful that I have this room to do yoga in so that I can shut animals out. I am thankful that this body of mine is doing things, albeit with a little struggle, but I can do things with this body. I am thankful that I have clean water and a roof over our heads. I am thankful that we have the ability to get groceries and that we have the ability to donate to the food bank. I am thankful for those things. I am thankful for my dogs and my children and my friends. So those are the things. That's my little, when I feel like the world is getting overwhelming and my immediate circle is feeling overwhelming, that's what I've been doing lately to manage my anxiety and panic and rage and frustration and feelings of helplessness and loneliness and all the things. So take a minute. Just take a minute. Not even a minute. 30 seconds. Just think of one thing that you are thankful for right in your space. Man. All right. Struggle bus. Let's find comfortable seated position. Whatever works for you. Staff pose. This is pretty accessible for most folks. You might be feeling tight in the back of your legs. You might be feeling a tug in your low back. Grab a pillow, grab a bolster, grab a blanket. Help support those legs if you need it. One leg out, one leg in. Modified Z-sit. This is a lovely position. Oh, if you are feeling some tightness in your adductors, maybe some hip flexor tension, maybe your knee is really high, grab a pillow, grab a bolster, grab a blanket, tuck it underneath that leg to help support that, or you can join me in pleasant seated pose. This is not crisscross applesauce. This is not fucking lotus pose. There's no tying yourself up like a pretzel. My legs are in parallel. Both of my feet are on the mat. Again, if you want to sit here with me and your knees are real high, you find yourself leaning back and you are making a face, grab a couple of pillows and tuck them under your knees so that you can relax into this pose and be comfortably uncomfortable. I stole that from my very first cycling teacher. Her name was April, and I find it applies to a lot of wonderful, in a lot of wonderful ways, particularly in yoga. I got to adjust las chichis. Pulling that attention and awareness from the external to the internal, taking a scan of the body, checking in state and quality of the physical form. Oh, you can hear it in my voice. I don't quite know. It could be allergies. I've been outside in the wind working. Could be a little virus. Fuck. Anyway. That was me choking on my own spit. I just don't know. Pulling that attention and awareness from the external to the internal, taking a scan of the body, checking in state and quality of the physical form. How are you feeling today? What have you been doing this week that might be playing out on your body? What are your plans for the next few days? I don't know what day you're tuning into this or checking it out. It is a Saturday for me. Pulling that attention and awareness into the state and quality of your thinking and check in. This week has been rough for me. I'm just laying it out there. I think we should all acknowledge when we're struggling, because some days we're operating really high on this lovely power level, right? And some days we are, thankful to just be getting up out of bed and putting one foot in front of the other and focusing on each task that we've got going. That's where I'm at. I'm focusing on the thing that's right in front of me because if I lift my gaze, my internal gaze up for just even a moment, there's so much going on in the world and in our lives that it just will overwhelm me, right? So, a good metaphor. I am swimming the breaststroke, okay? I'm a terrible, whatever this one's called, freestyle, I'm not sure. And I am just focusing on, right, what I'm doing. And if I lift my head up, it's windy and the waves are swelling, I'm going to get a face full of water. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just focusing on, right, the 3 feet in front of me. And right now, in this moment, this 3 feet is what I'm focusing on. So I'm going to let all of that other stuff go and create some silence in my mind so that I can anchor myself here. And then I'm going to move that silence into the awareness of my breath. And I'm just paying attention to how my lungs feel. I'm paying attention to how they move. The breath, the action of breath moves the body in all different kinds of ways. I would like you to just take a moment to pay attention to that. And then we're going to increase the length and balance of that breath. So traditionally in yoga, we breathe into and out of our nose, right? If you're like me, again, this could be just massive allergies. I've spent 3 days in the wind out here doing shit. Could be a little virus. If you're struggling with that, just breathe. And if, just breathing through your nose and out through your nose is just too much, just breathe. Don't spend a lot of time worrying about it. But I would like you to increase the length of your breath. And I want you to match the length of inhale to the length of exhale. So we want to work a little balance here, balanced rhythm. And each time, your brain wanders off the mat, right, into, I don't know, what's going on around you, what you want to get done. It's moving past this 3 feet. I'd like you to take it back to the breath. Wherever you are in that length and balance of breath, reach the arms all the way down. We're going to sweep arms up, taking a nice, lovely stretch to the ceiling. We're connecting the speed of the body to the length and balance of the breath. If you feel like you're running out of breath, either on either one of these lengths, right? Inhale or exhale actions, I suppose. Pause and take a sip of air and continue through. Because if you feel like you're moving too fast, you probably are. And taking a lateral extension. It's not like Vini Yoga where we're really focusing on the breath and we're really connecting the body in that slow, very mindful movement. We work a little faster on these other flows. I mean, we're not swinging through. So a discussion of the breath, since it's on my mind. I just saw my pulmonologist. I cannot get my asthma under control. But you can increase your capacity of breath, right, over time as we focus on this inhale and exhale. And while we don't move, so in Vini Yoga, right, Vini Yoga is the breath. Like we move, the breath moves us. We focus on how the breath works and where we're going. If we really want to concentrate on connecting, sorry, I have something going on with my eyeball. Connecting the breath or the body to the breath, and we yoke that. Let's take a forward fold, little rock side to side. I'm going to stop right here on my knees. Wiggle the feet, relax the energy out of there, unclench the teeth. And I generally don't move. There are some flows out there that move with the single breath. So you're inhaling and then you're moving on the exhale and you're moving on the inhale and you're moving on the exhale. So a full breath, when I talk about holding for a full breath, or like now we're in a stay and we're breathing. A full breath is the inhale, that moment where you have to pause to shift into the action of the exhale, and then the whole exhale. So that's a full one breath. Walk the hands back, nice big reach on up. Let the hands drift down, tucking the chin forward. Let's take a tilt of the ear over. So the one breath equals an inhale and an exhale. Bowing the chin forward and taking a tilt of the ear over. So the fastest we will move here at the fucking yoga company is one breath, right? We will move into a position, take the inhale and the exhale, and then initiate with the breath into the movement for the next asana. A lot of yoga, which I push back against, not a popular stance, by the way. Bowing the chin forward, trace the fingertips around the front of the body, slowly stacking cervical spine, because there are a lot of yoga, I would say fascists. Ooh, I have a bruise. What did I do? Ooh, man, I have a giant bruise. You ever get a bruise that you don't know what you got a bruise for? I just noticed that it hurt. Ow. Change the placement of your legs if you're in staff pose. Stay where you're at. Nice big inhale. It usually happens when I'm on a boat. Let's cactus squeeze it back. Exhaling. Inhaling up. Continue with that inhale. Back for that squeeze, and then we exhale. So we're moving here with the breath, but we're staying in this one asana, right? So this would be a repetition. Inhaling up and taking a forward fold. So there's repetition and there's a stay. Repetition means we're moving in the same asana with the breath, which doesn't which is not the same as moving in and out of an asana. And then there's a stay, which is what we're doing right now. We're holding a position and breathing. So there's the breath cue. Oh, so tight. Walking back. Nice big inhale. I was digging into the garden boxes, exhaling, taking the hands back. Cleaned out I cut down all my spring. I did my spring cut down. Grasses, shrubs. I lost a few plants. I'm going to have to figure that out. But just dry winter. Dry winter. Even though I watered a lot actually this winter. Tilting the air over. So breathing. Sorry, I was distracted by breathing. Bowing the chin forward, trace the fingertips around the front of the body and slowly stack cervical spine. Oh, tight hips, tight hips. I'm going to take a minute here. Oh, I'm going to tilt over here. I'm going to tilt over there. Wiggle the toes. All right, moving to hands and knees. I like to pad my knees with a blanket. But, before we start, breath. It's talking about the breath. A lot of yoga that I think is shit yoga does that half breath thing. In moving with the inhale, moving with the exhale, and changing asanas completely, right? So that's not repetition. That's just moving fast. And the reason we don't do that at the fucking yoga company is because there's no way to get into a healthy alignment in a half a breath, right? There's just no way. It's slop. And listen, I think there's places for slop. I think, playing pool, there's room for slop. Don't come at me. I'm trying to think of another instance where it's okay to be sloppy. I'm sure there's more. I just can't think of any. But not in yoga. No slop in yoga. All right. 2 fist widths. Hands side by side. I'm grabbing my block to place between my ankles. Keep my legs in alignment. Moving the heels of the hands out from underneath my shoulders. A full palm's length. My thumb, the base of my thumb, is aligned with the center of my shoulder. And you're going to feel that's just wide. So depending on the width of your mat, your pinkies might be off, your pinkies might be on, but just align that base of the thumb with the center of the shoulder. Let's Chakravakasana it. So again, moving. We're going to move in repetition, so we're not changing asana. Inhaling at center. And exhaling, tucking the chin, taking the forearms down, scooping the belly, and drawing back into the bow. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists, inhaling forward. Tucking the chin, taking the forearms down, scooping the belly, drawing back. Wiggling the fingers, rolling the wrists. One more time, inhaling forward. Exhaling, tucking the chin, taking the forearms down, scooping the belly, drawing back into the fold. Wiggle the fingers. Inhaling forward, taking a what the fuck lean. Take that hip out. I'm looking over the opposite shoulder. And taking the hip over into the opposite shoulder. One more time because it feels so good. It's always hips. They just do so much work for us and we don't appreciate it. Angry cat tuck. Inhaling at center. Let's take another angry cat tuck. So we're going to pause here and do repetition. I don't cat-cow. So this is angry cat. I have a lot of people say, oh, cow. You know why? The problem I have with cow is compression of your lower back, compression of the lumbar spine. Tuck the chin, take the forearms down, scoop the belly, and draw into the fold. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists. The reason being, there are so many other ways to stretch the front side of your transverse abdominis. Take a what the fuck lean. That doesn't involve compression of the spine. Very few people have control. Oh, something just popped in my hip. Take that lean. So angry cat is very useful. Oh, I'm getting a foot cramp. Angry cat. Flat back. We could do cow, but the problem with cow is it's not a compression of the low back. So a lot of people just sink like this. There's nothing happening here except compression. If you go to flat back and you just lengthen the ribs away from the belly button, that's where the stretch angry cat is useful, right? And then you could take it to angry cat. But when I say angry cat, most people just sag like this and you're right in your low back. There's no stretch going on. If you are just determined or you find it in another class, how dare you do yoga with someone else? Go from flat back, pause, and then you're just lengthening the rib cage away from the belly button. Now, angry cat tuck. We're going to tuck the toes and press back into the feet. Now, we can talk about cobra, which we might do at the end. We'll talk about that placement. And that's actually a really good way to find that position for stretching. Sorry, I have a compressed radial nerve that's really fucking bothering me. If anybody has a really good acupuncturist, my acupuncturist, Ellen, is semi-retired and I just can't get in to see her. What did we do? We did foot stretch. Tuck the chin, take the forearms down, scoop the belly, draw back into the fold. Turn the palms up, make a fist, turn the palms down, and inhaling. You know what aggravated it was that shitty ass fucking angry cat that I showed you. Or the cow that I showed you. It's because I sagged into my shoulders, which is another thing that happens when people do that. Angry cat tuck. Flat back, tuck the toes, press back into the feet. Coming on forward, roll up, press into a heel. I have not changed the position of my feet, so I'm in pike pose. Coming on down, my hands are sweating. I turned on the floor heat. I shouldn't have done it. Shock of a Okay, that was not healthy for asthma. Tuck the chin, take the forearms down, scoop the belly, drop back into the fold. Wiggle the fingers. And coming on up. Really, my radial nerve is so aggravated. All right, taking a heel. Lean. And a lean. Angry cat tuck. Flat back. Press into the feet. Coming forward to roll up. Calf stretch. Calf stretch. I'm going to step forward and stretch that side and stretch this side. Oh, foot cramp, glancing forward, walking up, taking a forward fold. Grabbing a block to make this a little shallower. Soften the knees, hips are a little forward. Elbows or hands to knees roll on up. Sorry, I'm feeling pretty chunky today. Just gonna tell you. So I'm feeling kind of, normally this is the belly. Nice big inhale up. It created 3 full human beings. Take a cactus squeeze. And inhaling up, lateral extension. Coming on up, taking a forward fold. Let's go into forward folding chair. Rest that belly on those thighs, leaning back into the heels. So this is where we do lean back into the heels. Slowly coming on up, half lift. Press the hands back. Coming on down to forward fold. Elbows to knees. Come on up. Cactus squeal. Cactus squeal. Cactus squeeze. Lateral extension. Oh, I love fucking yoga. Why don't we do this every day? It's the first thing we cut out of our lives when we're feeling behind the power curve. Half lift. Press it back. Coming down to forward fold. Lengthening the arms, flat back, left leg lift. Take it out. Look back behind you, step into crescent lunge. Anya Asana. Soften that knee, I'm in the balls of the feet. I'm forward out of the low back. Belly button's pressed out over the thigh. Now this is where we hold our breaths. So we're doing a 3 breath stay here. That's a full inhale, exhale 3 times. Lengthen up. Let's come down. We're going to step back for plank. You can take any version of plank you want here. Knees, so this is modified plank. You could come down to the forearms and do low plank, but I think that's harder actually. Or come up to plank. I'm going to classify this as a beginning yoga because I'm really trying to, I'm obsessed with my breath. Step in only because I do think I have. I just don't even know. I changed medication, so it could be my medication. Heel press. I'm a menopausal woman, so it could be heartburn. Walking up. Forward fold. There's so many fucking elements. Listen. Women are complicated. This is a complex, finely tuned machine. It creates fucking human beings. You should appreciate that instead of just turning us into cattle. Fucking assholes. Oh God, I hate men. Sorry. No, you know what? I'm not sorry. Inhaling up. We are unappreciated, ladies. Nice big inhale. All women. Forward folding chair. Not just all women. Our brains are complex. Our bodies are complex. Coming on down to the block. Lengthening those arms. Flat back. Right leg lifts. And then step it back in control for an Anyasana, crescent lunge. So I have lateral space between my feet, soft bend in this knee. Now, you're going to see a lot of yoga folk do this bullshit. That is spinal compression. We do not need that in our lives. Take this belly button and press it forward. I want length, heel, knee, hip, ribs, armpits, shoulders. Anyasana, crescent lunge. I'm going to come down and plant my hands and step it back. Oops. Into down plank. Sorry. Soften the elbows. Shrug the shoulders down. Soften the knees. Hips are hollowed up away from the mat. So scoop the belly and feel a little high here. Lean back. Step a little forward for our downward facing dog. Soften the knees. Soften the elbows. Shrug the shoulders. I'm flat. I want to feel long from my shoulders, ribs, hips. Looking forward, I'm going to walk up. Taking a forward fold. I'm going to grab a quick drink of water. Anyway. So it could be the medication switch. Inhaling up. Squeeze it back for cactus. Lateral extension. Could be allergies. Could be a little cold. I don't know what it is. Could be heartburn. Because here's a little secret, women. If you're approaching menopause or you're perimenopausal, that lovely PMS heartburn that you used to have or that you have doesn't fucking go away. It comes back. So once a month. Same. I get rage. I get bloated. I get fucking heartburn. Could get a fucking migraine. Where am I at? Forward fold. Sorry. Arms length. Left leg lift. All right, when I step back, I'm looking behind myself. I want you to watch where your toe is going to go and step back and out in control. That was slightly out of control. A little balance issue here. Soften the knee. Belly buttons forward. I'm out of that low back. Taking the hands down, I'm going to plant my knee, lower my knee to the mat. I'm worming my right foot forward, and I'm coming into a modified camel, a single-legged camel variation, Ekapada Ustrasana. You will never see me do full camel. Again, just like I don't do cow. It's a pose that requires so much core strength and perfect alignment for your body to stay out of that compression of your low back. Lengthen the legs, soft bend in the knee, keep those toes reached, curled down toward the mat, and take a little fold here. Hamstring, ooh. This is Hanuman bow. All right, let's heel toe that foot around. We're coming into our plank. So I'm adjusting everything to step up. Soften the knees, soften the elbows, shrug the shoulders, hollow the belly away from the mat. I'm going to lean back and step forward. Soften the knees. Feel long. Now I'm not out of my shoulders. My shoulders are shrugged. I'm powered up in the chest and upper back, but I'm long from the armpit to the ribs to the hips. I'm going to glance forward and walk up and take a forward fold. Elbows to knees and stretching up. Cactus arm. Lateral extension. And lateral extension. Coming on up, we're going to go to forward folding chair. Sit back into those heels. Let the body curl. Trace the fingers up the legs, press back. This is all about the core here. So technically it's sort of like 120 degrees. But I am going to come down to the forward fold, and then I'm going to half lift it, a real half lift, to take the right leg back and out. Again, I'm trying not to lean on the block. I was leaning on the block. I came out of my core. I'm going to step back. And the reason, I just was distracted. Coming on down to take the knee to the mat, warming that left foot forward. Ekapada Ustrasana. So important about any of these positions. The knee should be stacked right over the ankle. Now, when we're doing calisthenics, right? When we do squats or we're doing any like a lunge, well, lunges for sure, but when we're doing squats, there's a point where, just because of mobility, your knee is going to press out. Let's rock it back into Hanuman bow. Keep those toes tucked down towards the mat. But when we're static or doing any weight bearing like that, we want to keep the strain out of the knee. Heel toeing out and around. We're going to come into our plank. Soften the knees, soften the elbows, a little hollow out of the belly. And then I'm going to come down in Chakravarkasana, bow it. Tuck the chin, take the forearms down, scoop the belly, drop back in the forward rock and roll. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists. Oh, and we're going to come into seated. Let's walk forward. I'm taking a moment to stretch these quads. I'm feeling it. So I tucked back into a little hero pose. Been having some knee ache. Knee ache is tight hamstring, tight adductors, tight quads. So I've actually been walking every night, 2 miles, getting back into some cardio. I need to get on the bike. And I would like to start jogging again, walking forward. Just for my own personal mental health. It's not even about the weight. Although I'm struggling. Here's what I'm struggling with. So FYI, if you haven't seen any posts on the Facebook or the Instagram from me, it's because I'm taking a break. I took it off my phone. And the reason I took it off my phone is because all I'm getting, apparently, the internet thinks I'm fat. And I am. Technically, by a BMI standard, I'm obese, which is why, and the BMI is fucking bullshit. Taking a sip of water. Coming on back. So I don't pay attention to that at all. I think that. Okay, it's spring. There was a bug in here. All right, coming on back. Bring in my strap. Anyway, it's because all I'm getting is the GOP ads. All I'm getting is menopause belly, all the shit. You know, the thing about it is we are obsessed with youth. We are obsessed, and there's a new surge of this fucking heroin thin bullshit. And I thought we were going away from that. I thought we were learning to love the body that we're in, right? We all have different physicality. We all have different biology. And we all respond differently to different things, right? And so, yes, I think 10 pounds, I would like my rings to fit. That's where I'm at. That's my gauge. I want my rings to fit. And they don't right now. All right. Let's take a windshield wiper sweep. Take a knee over, or both knees over, sorry. Oh, and both knees over. Anyway, so I'm taking a social media break. Also, I didn't really appreciate Meta in general, but they're going to lay off like 10,000 people and replace them with AI. And the AI is just, it's fucking bullshit. Oh, P.S. My Facebook did get flagged, by the way, for inappropriate content, for violating community guidelines. And you know what? The community guidelines I violated? I swear. All right, let's take my right foot over the left knee. I'm going to press out into that thigh. So I want to externally rotate that leg. 22 years I've been the fucking yoga company. And suddenly I'm violating community guidelines. All right, take that hand behind the left knee. Keep the body flat. I don't want you to thread the needle. So this is actually not thread the needle. This is figure 4. So I don't want you to, if you're threading the needle, and this is where I push back against other yogas, you're going to curl up and you're going to shorten your spine. I want you to lengthen the spine. This is a fixed position because the longer and the flatter your spine is, the flatter your shoulder blades are, right? You're in this great posture, the more effective the stretch is in the hip and the adduct. This is IT band. All right, I'm going to take left hand to right leg. I'm going to come across the body here. Take that stretch. I'm feeling this right here. Piriformis, IT band, hip. These are iliopsoas bundles and glute med. We are honing this for a little longer than is comfortable. Oh, and unwind. Press that leg up. Oh, give it a rock and roll. All right, we're going to take adductor stretch. So I'm taking my strap, and this is where a strap is a very useful tool. It increases the length of your arm, right? It increases the lever, quote unquote. I'm going to come on out, and I can keep my body open. Get a real effective adductor stretch here. I love fucking yoga. I do not know why. so hard to get my ass on this mat. It just is. If you are struggling to get your ass on the mat, I'm with you, my friend. I'm with you. The struggle doesn't mean we're not badasses. Oh, whew. Figuring out a way through the struggle is what makes us badasses. Left ankle over the top of the knee. Press that leg out. Remember who you are. Remember the battles that you have survived. Remember the changes you have made, the lessons you have learned. Remember the mistakes and the consequences that you have lived through. All right, I'm going to bring that knee up. Oh, this left hip. Oh, ooh, crying a little. Remember what you've learned and what you know. And then think about what you don't know. You know, we're not done yet. Right hand goes over left. Let's take a rock. Hoo, 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 to the other side. I'm going to breathe. So tight. Try to keep this left knee rotated away from the body. Try to keep the body rotated away from the foot. Oh. And unwind. Press that leg up. Oh. That left side needs so much work. All right, taking the strap. Reaching my hand up. This is why. We can go through our lives in imbalance. We can go through tight muscles. We get some aches. Maybe our knees hurt. Maybe our back hurts. And we're just like, oh, what did we do? Then you get on the mat and we start doing this work. And you really can discover that place that's like, ooh, that is the source right there. Left side tightness. Oh, coming on up. All right, let's Apanasana it. Fingertips over the tops of the knees. Inhale, length. Draw knees up and in. Tuck chin. Inhaling. Exhaling. Tuck it on up. Two more. And one more time. Give it a squeeze. All right, we're moving into Shavasana. Now, Shavasana is final relaxation. You can go legs fully extended, arms at your sides, palms up. This is traditional Shavasana. You might be feeling uncomfortable in your low back. Put a pillow behind your knees. You could lay a blanket from your hips to your ribs, as long as your torso's in the same plane. You can go feet on the floor, knees to the ceiling. If you're gestating a human being fully and completely by your own autonomous will, lay on whatever side you're allowed to lay on, and tuck a pillow and bolster between your knees. Wrap your arm around something and then support your head. You could take seated meditation. If laying down just is not going to cut it for you, you could take seated meditation. And I'm going to grab my foam roller because I need some shoulder work, pec work. I'm going to slide my tush right up here. And I'm going to lay my tailbone right up to the spine between the shoulder blades and make sure the back of your head is supported. Now, Daylin. Hey, baby. Daylin is very tall. Her torso is her legs are as long as my torso. Grab a block or a pillow and support if your head is off this foam roller. Pulling that attention and awareness from the external to the internal. Look at how tight my upper body is. Taking a scan of the face. Check in with those eyes. All the tiny little muscles and nerve endings around the temple, in the forehead, up into the scalp. Cheekbones, jaw. Relax the energy out of the face. Unclench the teeth. Let the tongue drop away from the roof of the mouth. Give me a little shake the head no. Give me a little shimmy of the shoulders if you're on a foam roller. You feeling me? Yeah. Wiggle the fingers, roll the wrists, and then let the upper body rest toward the floor. Pull that attention and awareness through the spine, down from the base of the neck, through the rib cage, into the tailbone. Tuck the tailbone up, lift the hips, and then relax the torso toward the mat. Give me some tension through a leg. So nice long stretch, rock and roll the ankle, squeeze those quads. And then let that leg relax. Give me the other leg. Rock and roll. Pull that attention and awareness into the state and quality of your thinking. Check in. There might be some things bumping around there now that hopefully we've created some space for ourselves. Slide all that stuff off to the side. We want to hold our silence and anchor that into the breath. Soft, easy inhale, soft, silent exhale. Pulling some deeper breaths into the lungs. Fill the lungs up. Big, big, big inhale. And then sigh that exhale out. Wiggle the fingers. Roll the wrists. Wiggle the toes. Roll the ankles. Take a leg out. Give it a big stretch. Oh. Bring the other leg out. Give it a big stretch. Bring those knees up. Give them a hug. And then let's take some rocking side to side. From one hip to the left. Across the body to the right. Oh man. Whew. Rocking all the way over to one side. Taking a moment to peel yourself upper body off the mat first. Drawn back into comfortable seated position, whatever that looks like for you. Now, it might be the same as when we were starting out. It might be different. Taking a scan of the body, checking in, state and quality of the physical form on this end of the practice. Notice the breath. Actually, my lungs feel better, so maybe it is just medication. Moving that attention and awareness into the state and quality of your thinking, I'd like you to check in with what's going on in your brain. I want you to pay attention to your nice, lovely, balanced calm, right? The silence that we've, fingers crossed, created. Anchor that feeling, and then we can start moving into the priorities of our day. Don't let the entire to-do list swamp you. I feel amazing. I love fucking yoga. But I am still going to just be looking at the 3 feet in front of me as I move. So I've got 2 things that I'm going to do right after this. And then I'm going to mark those off my list. And then I'm going to come back and reorient and say, okay, what are the next 2 things I can get done? And, maybe you're under time constriction. Maybe that's where, that might be what dictates your next 2 or 3 items. And that's okay, right? That's okay. We're going to release, practice, blinking eyes open. I'm just going to stretch out to the side here. I want you to take a moment to honor your body for doing what you asked it to do and all the hard work it does to get you from one end of the week to the other. We are dealing with a lot. And you know what? Even though we are dealing with a lot, we're not even dealing with half the shit that other people in the world are dealing with. So I'm again, it's privilege of birth. It was an accident. Right? How we ended up here as opposed to there. And so mind your privilege, value it, honor it, and then, maybe take a minute to do what you can to make somebody else's life easier. I don't know. Grace and kindness, motherfuckers. Grace and kindness. We are doing hard things, and we care about people who are doing harder things. If you have any empathy at all and you're not a complete dick, you are caring about people who are doing much more difficult things. So, it's all good. Ciao.